has changed? Is it an issue of tactic, switch in attitude, mentality? How is it that Otto Addo's World Cup campaign is so different from his AFCON campaign? The qualifying series, I mean. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about Trent Alexander-Arnold. He's off to Real Madrid. But the Liverpool fans are fuming. They are furious. So we'll put perspective on that. And also, of course, there is FA Cup action, MTN FA Cup action in Kumasi this weekend. 8 teams playing 4 matches, all in Kumasi, Saturday and Sunday, spread through 2 days. Division 1 league clubs have taken over the competition. Golden Cakes, True Democracy. They have some of the money. Akram Divisa, PAC Academy. 4, exactly half of the teams in the quarterfinals are Division 1 teams. How have they made such a habit of always doing so well, especially in the cup competition? So we'll get into that. The magic of the cup. In Ghana, we call it Obia Nyobia. All right, it's what it is as well. The show is live and interactive on social media. We're streaming on X Spaces, so find us at the Joy FM handle, Joy997, and also on YouTube, on the Joy FM YouTube channel, on Facebook as well, on the same channel. And we are also interactive, of course, via WhatsApp 055-111-1997, 055-111-1997. Impressed you the most from this international break? From Otto Addo, the players, is it the government? Is it what has impressed you the most in this international break? What has interested you the most? What has impressed you the most from this international break? That's what I want to know. What should be done more of and what should be done less of? I'm very interested in your thoughts. How do we consolidate the gains that we've made from the international break and make it to the World Cup? We will talk about the other African World Cup qualifiers because Nigeria are in big trouble. Big trouble, Nigeria. All right, they're in big trouble. So we've got a lot to come on the show today. If you want to send me a message on X Spaces as well, or on X, Twitter, just use the hashtag Gameplay. I'll read it for you. This morning, there's been some sort of controversy also around Andre Ayew. We'll try and see what we can address from that matter. Otto Addo commented on the issue yesterday after Nathaniel Atto asked him after he's paid a courtesy call to the government chair. And he said something, and people in our youth camp have taken exception to it. They've called Otto failed and all kinds of names. So, I mean, we'll see. All right. So, listen, I've got a guest in the studio. I'll be introducing him very, very shortly. But the guys are here as well. Muftar Nabila Abdullahi, Daniel Kranting, Atapuku will join us via Zoom, as well as Rahman Osman. And my special guest, I won't mention his name just yet. I will do that right after this.
After hours of planning, Kwame and Yao play bet. A big win on United, and both teams are scoring the London Derby. But Yawa, who could have picked Leicester over City? Or a high-scoring game at the London Stadium? But Kwame no dey shake. Unlike Yao, it dey bet plus Betway. And with Betway's Bet Saver, he can, even if terms and conditions apply. Regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. No under 18.
Hey, Maza, this Ghana month makes sweet wow with DSTV. From now till March 31st, get a new DSTV decoder for just 189 Ghana cedis. That's right, 189 Ghana cedis. Look, we dey add more safe. Enjoy 1 month of free subscription on Showmax. Wait there, don't come me. Rush now to any of our accredited dealers for your own DSTV decoder. DSTV, your home of entertainment.
They were sentenced, but their stories were never told.
Amina Bukari Amin. No! Amina, you have to let me go. I don't want to go. Amina, I don't want to go, please. Amina, you have to. Please, you are free. You have to. No woman.
Image Bureau, April Communications, and Joy FM, in partnership with the UN Family in Ghana and led by the Joint United Nations Program on HIV and AIDS, present Beyond the Walls, a story of stigma, survival, and the fear of freedom. Set in the Nsawam Female Prison, National Theatre, 29th and 30th March, 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. each day. Tickets selling now at 200 cedis only at www.imagebureauch.com or dial *714*46#. Beyond the Walls, supported by New Plant Car Rentals, Aquaba Mineral Water, and Stamping Bank.
All right, welcome back, guys. This is Game Plan on 99.7 Joy FM, hits 103.9 FM. The show is proudly brought to you by Petrosol as well as Betway. Guys, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Nabila. Cranting, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Great. And also joining us for the first time on Game Plan.
Asa.
Yeah.
Hey.
Can you imagine?
This is the first time.
Oh.
You no try.
Is
Danny why?
You no try.
Samuel Enimado, the man who was kicked out of the GFA Executive Council
And put out of his club as well.
Yes, I forgot about that one. Charlie, you have suffered.
No be small blues.
And then GFA is also charging him left, right, and center. One tweet, one charge.
He said me, I be controversial. You get trouble.
The two of you.
How did you go from government to opposition?
By you Fence, Muftau,
Yes.
Danny, these three guys.
Yes.
I've known you for how many years?
Many years.
And your controversial attitude has not changed. But on the serious note,
Yes.
you guys have impressed me.
Thank you.
You've lived up to the billing. You've been doing so much for being the gatekeepers. It's not an easy job.
It's not.
You have a lot of enemies, but when you
Yes.
stand on your guts and you speak the truth,
Yes.
you know what we lack in this country is truth and honesty.
Yes.
If we uphold
The truth and honesty is not what we lack. It's the integrity of it.
Yeah,
Do you get it?
the
So we
integrity of it,
Yes, we tell the truth only
Only
it
it favors
so
us.
that lacks integrity.
that's all.
The
That's
integrity
all.
of the truth
The
is telling
integrity
the
of it.
truth
Yes.
no matter what.
Exactly.
But Ghana, we tell the truth, but only when it favors us. You understand?
Man,
You understand?
that's
Uh-huh.
that's the word for today.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
the word.
Thank you for the word so sweet.
No condition
Thank
is
you for
permanent.
the word so sweet. Langave.
Yes,
And no condition is permanent.
yes.
Oh. No condition is permanent. No condition is permanent.
and
I
then-
remember 2019. No
Yes.
condition is
What happened in 2019?
No condition is permanent.
Are you referring to a captaincy issue in 2019 when
No
Jan
condition.
was? You brought in 2019. You introduced that topic. You said you remember
Abaye
2019.
de bobano.
And not a touchy.
Avec 2019, when I met him, I asked him a question.
Uh-huh.
After Jan rescinded his decision and was willing to go to camp, I said, 24 hours ago he was unhappy and was not willing to join the Black Stars. 24 hours on, are you sure he'll be happy? He looked at me this way. I was like, why would he be happy?
Charlie, I don't want to recount some of the things that happened. Man, I say we because I didn't write that alone with other people. And one person is part that people don't know. Some of the things that has come out
of the Jan's camp. Sometimes he proofread it for us.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And that intro, a book writer, if you go on the Twitter, you see it,
Yes.
that this intro is one of the best he's ever seen. And the intro, the book writer wrote something, I forgot, if you go on the tweet, about that we are recusing ourselves from the national team. And I remember I was called to the Flagstaff House. Jesus Christ. But that is humility.
Yes.
When you love the nation, you sometimes have to
You let go.
You have to
let go
sacrifice.
your pride.
Yeah.
And that's what we did. A lot of people said, you shouldn't have done it. You shouldn't have come back. And we said, for the love of the game, Jan will be back. And he came to do his part. And you remember his impact in the last game that he came on in the sub.
Against Tunisia, yeah.
And then let me tell you one thing that he was doing most. He was also coaching Jordan. He teaches Jordan some of the things that will help him to score goals. And Jordan appreciates it. You see, most of the time, Jordan mentions him that
Of course,
look up
of course,
to him.
of course.
And I've had a talk with Jordan before, and he said it directly. That's even sometimes has watched Jan play. So it was a difficult moment.
Yeah.
I remember it was impressed on me that I should do the next one for us to rescind our decision. Around 1 a.m. I was at the Flagstaff House, and it wasn't easy.
Yeah.
Because Jan was having injuries, and then he had his form. There was no injuries again. He scored 2 Team of the Week in Turkey, and this is the time this man needs us. And then all of a sudden, he was called Yaje captain.
This is the time, Andre Ayew also needs us.
No condition is permanent.
I like that. But anyway, listen, we'll get into those issues a little later in the show because, quite frankly, I find the recent Andre Ayew comments very destructive and it's like very unnecessary, to be honest. And
Extremely.
Yeah, very unnecessary, especially on the back of this victory that we've had. His brother is captain.
Exactly.
He's enjoying good moments. The interview with Dan, he spoke so well. He exuded a lot of quality in terms of the leadership and the composure and maturity that Jordan is in a good place with the Black Stars, and he's not just off the field. On the field, he led by example. No other player in the history of Ghana football has ever provided a hat-trick of assists and scored a hat-trick in the same qualifying series. Jordan is a history maker. He's only 2 games away from equaling Jan's all-time Asamoah's record appearance, 109. Jordan has 107.
Yes.
By being
Some
some kind of big part player, you get there.
You don't just get there.
You don't just get there. I like that. You don't just get there.
It's a honor.
And
it's a special thing.
At the moment, I can tell you that Jordan is on course to become Ghana's highest appearance maker ever. He's only 10 behind his brother.
Yes.
Who has 117.
Yep.
We play more than 10 international games. If Jordan stays fit, he could get there. You understand? So, in the midst of all this good news and all this good fortune, good PR all around him, what's happened with this Andre Ayew and Fiifi Tackie statement? I honestly find it very disturbing and quite disrespectful. Honestly, in my opinion, to all the efforts that even Jordan himself has put up and what the team has done in the last week or so, the progress they've made. We don't think it's permanent. We are at a point where, for me, I feel like Andre Ayew should not be the conversation around this time when we've won 2 matches, the team is doing well. He wasn't part of the team, and I'm not just talking maybe Fiifi Tackie's comments or also even about Otto Addo's comments. You understand? Because that's what started this whole thing, and I don't think. Granted, somebody asked him, but I feel like at this point in time, by now, Otto Addo should have had a very standard template response to every Andre Ayew question. It's PR.
I think this question should have gone to Kurt. You know what he would have answered it? He would have told you that the team is doing well. Every player is needed
That's
by
it.
the country, and as and when we need Andre, you will call him up.
You
It's
know,
as simple.
because the auto response was
It's
not.
a PR strategy.
But then again, it comes back to the point that Enim was saying that we don't like
Exactly. He has to. No, he's half, almost a white guy. He stayed there he will say it straight.
Yes.
It doesn't mean that you respond in the way that you are disrespecting him. Everybody deserves a second chance. Before I go on, let me salute Dr. Andre Ayew. Let me salute the sports minister, the game changers, the new game changers in town who have done something. You see, you guys are not seeing. Those of us who've been closer to the teams, we know what happens when leadership doesn't act.
Yes.
Well, like when leadership doesn't put the things right in the right corner and the right spaces. Dr. Andre Ayew, I worked with him. I was with him in Mauritania. That is when we won the best. So far, the biggest, the Ket administration. He led the team. He was the chairman of the under-20. We won at the under-20 African Cup of Nations. And if it was not COVID, we were going to the World Cup.
Yeah.
And we produced Fatah Shaku, the boys, including Kudu and Iben, Boa, Siam, and all those boys. Dr. Andre Ayew, for the records, you guys haven't checked. He was the chairman who also took Kwesi Appiah to All African Games in Maputo. And won gold. That's my senior. Now, he came to, if not that thing that we talk about, why should we have repeated the same chairman when we're making mistakes? The same chairman. Whilst we had an experienced Dr. Andre Ayew who went on to win in that same administration, just because of our bad politics, we couldn't make him the chairman until the MPP left power. It's wrong. Those things should change. When somebody can perform, let's forget about the father we think is affiliated to a political party. Let's give him the job to do. If you see the wind, that new breeze around the Blasters, give credit to that man. I know his leadership qualities. This is the leader who will make sure everybody plays his role and everybody is respected. And look at the way you are saying, look at the way Jordan, you see that right up, you think he was not guided? You think Jordan woke up and wrote that? There were some leaders, there were some hands behind him.
Yeah. You mean his thank you message?
Yes!
Yeah.
And look at Jordan's composure. And if you look at the euphoria around the team, and then look at how he brought in Jan to support Stephen and impacted on the team. There are some Jan we know. Look at the message he gave the team. Look at the message Stephen gave the team. Look at the euphoria around the team. All of us, let's be honest. We understand this game. If you see the Blasters play, I said it when I was on your show, when I was also not in support of the fact that Otto should be retained. That our problem is leadership. The national, and you guys did a show. Some elders, I said everybody should go and listen to that show and look for answers to those questions you were asking. If everybody will be deep to that, no wonder this is the discerning people are always listening. This is Joy FM. You were deep and you asked questions about these leadership issues, and thank God there was back and forth. Thank God we had leaders, the minister and the new chairman, and then he brought in other people to help. And look at the way this issue, although we saw some glimpse, some skirmishes in the change of the armband, but you clearly that there's some harmony. And the Blasters, that's what you need. When I did the campaign for us to win against Nigeria to qualify, you guys remember I came here several times, and you needed the Blasters. That's all you need for the Blasters to perform. And when you get that, you get the spirit of the nation behind you. Now you can see clearly that the spirit of the nation is. And bro, I'm telling you, the World Cup is the biggest event any individual should be able to attend. And if it's happening in the United States, Canada, and Mexico, we miss the big ship. That ship, we must be on that ship. And if by the grace of God,
I think you mean ship, right?
Yes.
I'm hearing ship.
That ship. Sasa. If we have this air blowing around the team, after salute Dr. Andre Ayew, you guys should give it to him.
So
then you come and do this.
Okay, sorry. Go on.
Jesus Christ. Jordan family.
You mean come and do what? What are you referring to? You mean the statement?
Exactly.
The Fiifi Tackie statement.
Exactly.
Okay.
Jordan is family. Jordan is also is also a leader, and he's shown it.
He says Otto has disrespected Andre. So
Asamoah Gyan's was not this was okay.
Which one was that?
The other ones that has happened. That's why somebody's even saying that all these things should start ending from this time.
But
even
at that time, you had something to say about Kwesi Appiah.
Exactly.
And so I'm saying that Fiifi has something to say about Otto. Why?
No. We said something. Go and read what we wrote.
I'm looking.
You can look for it. Whatever we said, you can see it clear. And we came. We decided that Asamoah Gyan said, okay, let's look at Ghana first. I'll come and serve and forget about this thing. And he came, and Andre was the captain, and he was not the captain. He served. So this time it is your own brother. It's Andre's brother, and Andre and Jordan, they love each other. I hope Maestro himself will put his feet down and make sure this thing wouldn't happen again, because the respect and the value the family has had and the brand, the image they build for Ghana football, this particular comment is totally uncalled for. When you have his own son leading, and there's a new breeze around the team, and we are all enjoying the Blasters again. You come and write this and come and attack Otto and say that what will you get if you bring the team into in the public eye in this way, when there's it's totally wrong.
I want to do this though.
It's totally wrong. It's uncalled for.
Okay.
And I'm very, very disappointed. I believe
this is Otto's
Maestro
comment.
will act.
Okay, this is Otto's comment.
Yeah.
You want Maestro Abedivele to step in?
He will. He is the father. He will. You think he won't?
Okay.
Jordan is the captain now.
I also don't think maybe Fiifi Tackie just released the statement out of vacuum without consulting anyone. We don't know what happened behind the scenes.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
so
very true.
So we cannot.
That's
say,
very true. Well,
yeah,
it's a family issue.
Yeah.
However, they will solve it. But the honest truth is that it's highly uncalled for. Whether it was supported or it was not supported, it is totally wrong.
Okay.
Especially, see, there's that perceived tension between the Ayew's and Jan.
Thankfully, we've had Jan here twice on this show.
Yes.
It's addressed it many times. Andre is not a problem.
Exactly.
He doesn't have any issue.
See how Jan and Jordan connected at the training grounds.
Yeah.
And we don't know what even happened, if he even went into
the dressing room
or in Morocco and had the chat with him. And I keep telling you, I've had a proper face-to-face discussion with Jordan and Andre on these things. I remember in Gabon, this tension nearly died.
The 2017 tournament.
Yes, was it 17? Yes, 17. Jordan is a great, nice person. So I wasn't surprised.
This guy sat close to him just last
I
week.
wasn't surprised. Jordan, that guy, he doesn't want trouble. He won't find trouble. He wants the job to be done. And because he doesn't talk.
Did you hear what Otto said?
I don't care about what Otto said.
This is what he said. Listen.
And Andre, yeah, we see. I mean, like I said, the team is always open. I'm looking, and if we need him, surely we'll call him. I see others ahead of him.
I mean,
so he sees other side of him. What's wrong with
at
it?
the moment? That's not. I don't.
What's wrong
I don't
with it?
find that disrespectful
You
at
even
all.
another trouble. So if he sees other side of him, listen. We have Joseph Pencil, who will play in that position that Andre will play. We have Fatah Shak, who will play in that position. They are all not even in the team.
No, but Samir, I think you are going too far. The moment the coach believes that
he says others ahead of him,
ahead of another player,
what can you do about it?
That's why when they come, they will select first 11 and
Exactly.
others will sit on bench.
Some may not wear the jersey.
Yes.
So listen.
He feels that
Just so that we have good perspective. This is what Otto said, and then this is what Fiifi said. Fiifi wrote a long statement. He says, Coach Otto. So all of you have heard Coach Otto Addo's comments.
Yes.
He says, at the moment,
Exactly.
he sees others ahead
There's
of
nothing wrong with
Andre.
it.
That's what he said. But Fiifi says, Coach Otto Addo's comments on Andre Ayew are shocking and disappointing. On numerous occasions, the coach has said one of the key criteria for selection into the national team is active club participation. How can Ghana's most capped player three-time World Cup veteran, a proven leader, be deemed unworthy even when playing well at his club in the French league. So he disagrees with Otto saying that he sees others ahead of him. Fiifi is saying you can't see others ahead of him because he's playing.
It is within Fiifi Tackie's right to say you can't see.
Thank you. Exactly. That's the point I'm trying to establish.
Yeah, he can.
Exactly.
He can.
But
He
he goes on.
coach.
Yes, but then he goes on and he says, Ayew's legacy and commitment to the Black Stars are undeniable. His experience, leadership, and track record in major tournaments speak volumes. It is baffling that a coach who failed to qualify Ghana for this year's Africa Cup of Nations would so casually miss the contributions of a player who has consistently delivered country and is playing week in and week out at his club. Such remarks are not only disrespectful to Ayew, but also undermine his sacrifices and the pride he has brought to Ghana football. Coach Otto Addo's comments are unprofessional and unbecoming of someone in his position.
Should I come in?
Yes, you can come in now.
Andre has played his part. Respect to him. He's played his part.
I love Andre.
Andre has played his part.
I'm working on an interview with
Andre sacrifice, Asamajan sacrifice, mention the captain, Stephen Appiah sacrifice, everybody sacrificed. John Mensah
was captain.
John Pacey even became a standing. Sule also enjoyed some. Everybody sacrificed. Remember Asamajan, he got to a time. What he said about the Cantu, it's when he was not, and after the tournament, he has to be on the sick bed.
You mean the one where he carried his bags and left?
Yes, he was.
Okay.
Because he was being injected before every. And then 2010, and then in Gabon, Equatorial Guinea, he had that in 2015. Even Gabon, he had another. This thing, the guy stepped on his groin. We have to fly him to the city to go and try and. Mariana has to come in. Everybody sacrificed.
Right.
So that doesn't come in. The Blasters is a privilege. Some of us previously, this one's no, it's a privilege. Playing for the Blasters will always be a privilege. When they see you, that's why sometimes you can see those days they can call a second division. Amin Dramani was a Division 1, was a local player.
He was with
Heart of Lions. It is a privilege. When the coaches decide to give the privilege to that person, we just have to respect it. If he says he sees others
ahead of
Andre,
at the moment, he said at the moment.
The Blasters Fiifi is talking as if the Blasters is for Andre. We don't do that. It is not for him. He has done his part.
And we appreciate what
we really appreciate
and
it.
We
and forever.
Him. Yeah.
And
we honor him.
He is currently leading as the highest appearance. What else? He is leading as the highest African at the Ghanaian at the AFCON goalkeeper.
Most appearances.
Most goals. But you see,
most
you are talking.
Yeah.
If we have to talk about his leadership too, as captain, he has the worst.
No.
Okay, I'm coming. Wait, no, that was not Blasters. We are talking about Blasters, please.
In his tenure as Blasters.
As a Blasters, we are talking about
round
Blasters.
of 16, group stage.
Cameroon.
I finished it for
the impact the Blasters winning does to this nation. people's productivity levels go up when we win. You can let
Friday night after the game,
bro,
the whole city was alive.
And if we go to this World Cup, the people who get the opportunity to go to USA, Canada, Mexico,
you go and come back because Trump won't allow you to stay.
No problem.
We want to go support our team.
No, but the person will land.
Ghana's group might be in Mexico.
No problem. But the visas have US and Canada because the World Cup.
They have to be easy movement.
Go to the other cities. In Brazil, we went to other cities. You can't play in one city.
Yeah, you won't require 3 different visas. How one day will happen? They will work out specific visa for you.
No problem. So the people will see America.
Yes.
Ghana will sell itself again.
Yes.
And that's unseen benefits of being at the World Cup. The biggest event ever in this history of this world.
Yeah.
Is beyond, can never be quantified. So nobody should come and nobody should come and destroy their good. We are
right now.
We are enjoying.
I want to bring Cranton.
That I played well because I saw them.
Okay.
Bro, your president coming to watch you are training.
Yeah, he's entitled.
It's a big thing, and especially
it doesn't happen
when at the time people were not happy with the way the black and disappointment, and then he went to assure them that go and win the love of the people. It's huge. Okay. I don't know how many times the other president Nana Akufo-Addo visited the players in
training.
I don't know.
But
the visiting is not by force. Man.
Yeah, where are the highlights of this particular international break?
Oh, I think, to be frank, we could all feel the goodwill around the team even before the Chad game. You could tell there was a new wind blowing around the team, and I think we saw the results of that on the pitch. They looked a bit more in sync. They looked happy to be around. And then they got the result also. One of the things that impressed me, the Chad game, remember in the second half, the double corner kicks that Chad got, Asari came out, punched it out. Yeah. The mini celebrations they had in the box, Asari and I think Jiku went to hug him. Yeah, we're leading 5-0, but they were still concerned about a clean sheet. And it's the little things to show commitment in those little things. And it looked pretty good. I think overall it was a very successful international break. Yes, on paper it was Chad and Madagascar, but you beat who's in front of you. We've gone through a period where we couldn't beat Niger, couldn't beat Angola. So if you respond with 8 goals and no goals, I think it's pretty impressive. And if you look elsewhere on the continent and you look at how some of the top teams are struggling, then you need to value the work that the Black Stars did during the international window. So I think very successful. Credits the technical team, because when it goes south, we have to give them credit. And for me, especially in that second half against Madagascar, we saw in the last 20-25 minutes in that first half, it looked like Madagascar were slowly growing into the game. It looked like they could give us problems if we didn't sit up. Then we went into the 15 minutes break at halftime. We came back and we're a different team. Dominated that second half. Looked extremely comfortable in the second half. And for that, you need to credit the technical team. Another thing that impressed me was the seamless substitutions. So we saw, especially in the back three, if you make that much changes in the back. So we saw 2 out of the 3 who started at the back being substituted, but we didn't necessarily see a decline in performances. So we saw Jonas Ajete come on, we saw Razak Simpson come off, and if you look at the difference in experience between the 2 who had come on, Jonas and then Razak Simpson have about 3 or 4 caps together. If you look at who they came on for in Jerome and then Salisu, these are guys appearances, but we didn't see that decline in quality. It was basically the same or even better. Gideon came off and it was basically the same team that we were seeing. So the quality level was maintained, and for that, then you need to credit the coaching team for the work they did, and it just shows you the quality we have in this team, and more of that quality if things are done right, if all things are being equal, if the players are happy, if there's harmony, if they are in sync, if they have one common goal and they are all working to that common goal, we can see some of these things. And I won't come in City and not give praise to Jordan Ayew,
of course, because
look, I think he deserves it. He's and I've always not seen a more dynamic player in the Black Stars than him. And that's something that, as I've grown in my love for the sport, I've come to appreciate more players like that. And I always call them the coach's dream. Once you have a player like that in your team, who can, if somebody is injured somewhere, he can step in and do a job and do it probably at the same level as a person who was injured or even better. He's really a dream. You look at the game he played against Chad. He led the line. The ball was given him. He was sticking it. Link-up play up top. In a game against Madagascar, it was a completely different role. And we've seen how difficult that role is in modern day football. Man U is looking for double number 10s to play. They can't find some. Like, even within the squad, they can't find players who can fit into that role.
In this life,
but Jordan stepped into the role and he played it like he has been playing it his entire career. That's how good he was. And I think testament to the role and the level at which he executed it was the third goal, Kudus's goal. Dropping deep, picking up the ball from Partey is a different case. He is too much.
What a game he had.
But
what a game.
Picking up the ball from Partey, the body feint to get away from him, driving into the space, having the presence of mind to ignore the run from Semenyo, use that as a decoy and instead go for the pass for Kudus. I think it was like a specialist in that position, and you have to credit him. The set pieces were absolutely brilliant. We've seen him mess up some set pieces on the day were superb. It's what set pieces you have no excuse to miss. You have to score. Once the ball comes and it lands on your head, you have to hit the back.
You can see a refined Jordan Ayew.
Yeah, and it's
like you said, he's had his bad times.
Yeah.
I remember he was playing some set pieces. All of us were disappointed. He was hitting the ball just like that, and sometimes he would even hold on to the ball. The fans would boo at him unnecessarily. But you see, in this life, when you are growing, you get matured, you learn more.
Yeah.
Jordan has proved to all of us that he's learned.
Yeah.
He's matured. Because, man, he had those times. All those of us who criticize him that he was holding on to the ball too much. The fans will be booing at him.
The same things we are accusing Kudus of now.
Yes.
Jordan used to be the one we accused of doing that.
Yes. So let's be honest. Like Danny is saying, let's give it up to him.
Yeah.
The guy was super fantastic in those days.
Another thing that, for me, and I even told him, if you look at the trajectory from here up until now, we've played 16 matches. He has 16 goal contributions, 10 goals, 6 assists. It has pained me that the Black Stars are not doing well. Because imagine we went further in the AFCON. Imagine we qualified for the AFCON easily.
The World
and
Cup
we're
as well.
in the World Cup qualifiers from the beginning of 2024 up until now. Like, the numbers would have meant even more. Like, we are praising him now. People are happy with him now. But the overall team performance is not really reflecting what the individual has done. Now, imagine if the Black Stars as a team had done even much better at the AFCON and had a much better year. I think he would have gone through the roof. Yeah. But you still need to credit him. And another play, look, Jerome Opoku, I've club level, I've watched a number of games when I've had the chance. But for the Black Stars, I think this is the best in a Black Star shirt. And he will get even more credit from me because we don't really see left-footed players command, be in the center of a back three because of balance. Left-footed players are very left-footed. They are very one-sided.
If you turn them to their right, they are
It's over. So you see the usually coaches, you find the left-footed player playing as a left center back, not in the middle. But the way he was able to command and lead that back line throughout the whole game, and because if you go back and you watch the footage, because there were no fans, there were times where you could hear the players and their instructions on the pitch. You could hear. In fact, there was a part in the fourth official was blasting Otto. I don't know if you guys heard it. The fourth official was blasting. You talk too much. You quiet. Oh, you guys should go. But Jerome Opoku did such a brilliant job. And it's a huge responsibility for somebody who doesn't have that much experience in the national team playing. He's been involved with a lot of squads, but he's not had the playing time that will warrant such a responsibility. But we've seen, and maybe I also credit Otto for this, because this is the second time we are seeing in succession. We saw the Ebola game where we played a back three, and it was Razak Simpson's first time playing in the team, having to be in the back three, and he played that well. Then we are seeing Jerome thrown into one of his few starts for the national team. I think this will be his first competitive start for the national team.
Yeah, he's always coming from
the bench. Against Mexico and
It was always coming from the bench.
And then the Nigeria and Uganda game. But I think this is his first competitive start. And to be in the middle of too much more experienced players and having to command, because he was the one at the center, and the job that he did, I think it was absolutely brilliant. So credit to the entire team. I don't want to mention Partey because Partey, if I start now, I'll stop. Like his level is just
he's on a
different level at all. But credit to the boys, and I'm hoping. I tweeted today, look, if I got like FIFA will make us finish the rest of the qualifiers because the momentum that we've picked, I'm just hoping
it will maintain the same.
The individuals will keep the form at club level, will not have any major injuries, and then they'll return with even better form, and hopefully we can see off the rest of this qualifier, because there's a huge chance that we could qualify by September. There's a huge chance if we get maximum points against Chad away, which will probably be in Morocco, and then at home against Mali. There's a huge chance that we could book qualification if Comoros drop points in either of their two games. There's a huge chance we could qualify by September. So I'm just hoping that they return with the same level, and then we can see it off.
I'm going to sound very political.
Okay.
Right. I remember listening to Eni Mado talk about how the management team, led by Andre Ayew, has done some incredible job. And usually, it takes leaders to on the Ghana Football Association and its leadership, and even ask them to resign. Wondered what they were doing there, because the team was failing, right? So from where I sit, yes, Andre Ayew is the management committee chairman of the Black Stars, but it took someone to ask him to lead that management committee of the national team. It took someone to pick a phone, place a call to Stephen Appiah, tell him, I want you to be part of the committee. It took someone to pick a phone, called Richard Insenchre, and told him, I want you to be part of the management committee.
Okay.
I have had my own or personal issues with the leader of the Ghana Football Association, Nketo Kreku. Some of the decisions he often takes, I've had many issues with them, and sometimes I've voiced them publicly. And I often said that leaders allow people to lead and let them sit behind and look at the issues and provide solutions. You don't immerse yourself in the middle of the issues as a leader. You will not see them. So credit also goes to the FA president for his please, would you be the management committee chairman of the Black Stars? Because I was actually made to understand that he told him at his birthday, Andre Addo's birthday. He told Stephen Appiah too when he met Stephen Appiah at Andre Addo's birthday. So yes, we can run at the FA president when the national team is failing. So equally, we should give him credit when the national team has won 2 matches. This is not to say that they will continue winning. When they they fail again, we'll come back and tell you that, hey, Mr. Okreko, your decision to make Randy Abe and Stephen Pierre team members, they only won 2 matches and they failed. But now that they have won, I think he should also be given part of the credit. The atmosphere being created around the team is because he has also sat down and realized that, okay, Mark Addo, you were the management committee chairman, and I realized that when you were the chairman, we failed a couple of times, so we're going to do some changes. And he ran the changes, and it worked. In fact, I remember they had a meeting on a Saturday, and then the following week, those conversations happened, and the management committee was set up. So, as I said, it's very political, and I believe that the president too should also get some of the credit. If we can lampoon him and lambast him for the failure of the national team, then when the national team is winning as well, let's give him some credit.
We haven't lampooned him yet, though. So.
Oh, but we actually did.
All right, fair enough. Just a joke. I just want to add that I feel like that 3-back system that Otto Addo deployed, I think we've seen enough from Otto Addo's games to conclusion that perhaps if he paid more attention to that system, that might be the way forward. We saw it deployed against Brazil in the second half after we conceded 3 goals. There was stability. Even at the World Cup, we saw it deployed against Portugal.
Against Nigeria.
Against Nigeria in the second half.
In the second half, yeah.
So, look, the examples point to a...
No, you know, the materials counts. And luckily for him, he has Salisu. He has Jerome. He has Gideon. Remember Gideon in the Nigeria one? Gideon became the
left centre back.
The left centre back. So it depends on the materials you have.
Yeah.
If you have the materials, you see,
but
team building.
But I think what it gives us is a certain solidity.
Exactly.
We've not had.
We Ghana, and let me tell you one secret. Ghana, when we see much of the ball, we are very difficult to beat. When we are able to possess. When we are able to keep the ball and we don't make mistakes at the back, and we are able to swing our passes well, because the aggro is in our head already. The thing is, you know, the way we grew up in our coast league and all that, from the coast league to the top, Ghanaian players want to be touching the ball. We are not the type who are more of counter-attack. We are not that type. So when we hold the ball and we want to play counter, we even want to hold. If we want to play counter, we even want to be the ones who dictate the pace. So I'm going and change the gear and go into the transition. Very powerful. If you look at was it the third goal?
Yeah.
It was a transition, before Jordan gave that pass.
Yeah.
You know, I fully understand. I appreciate where you're coming from. However, I do think that the last time we played any sort of possessive football and did well in any competition was probably the World Cup in 2006, where we played at maybe 2015 when we got to the final. 2010, it was the complete opposite, and we did so well, both at the AFCON and at the World Cup.
Kind of counter is not a sit-back counter. That is what you have to know. We don't sit back. No, we are not the type who can soak pressure. Ghana, we can't even defend. We can't even listen. It's a weakness. I hope Otto. We don't even defend our set. This well, we don't perform well at all. Go and look at the goals we've conceded. So please, yes, it is some way of a counter, but it's not the sit-back counter like the ones that you say Mourinho and Co do. Please,
you don't even.
We don't have.
But you make your
yeah.
point.
So I was going.
wingers. So you'd see when he plays that system, he's trying to. Nyama is trying to operate in a half space. Kudu, very limited players who can play in that. So, for example, if Fatah was in the team, if Joseph Pinto was in the team, if Osman Bukari and the like, all those guys will sit on the bench. All those guys. Against Angola, where the Fatah ended up playing as a left wing back before he got injured, it's very difficult for them to play in that advanced role because we are just not made for it. So then you see Otto revert back to the back four where he out wingers against teams where he expects to go out and dominate. So it's difficult if he wants to stick with that permanently. I think even the call-ups are going to change. We are going to see quite a number of guys
and
we'll bash exactly. So it's
dicey.
But it's also difficult.
But it's good. It's good you have good materials. You see, Ghanaian footballers. There's one secret for the previous Blasters who were winning. The players, they plan. You see, Asamajan said it to them that it is for you. You, Steven said it. When they plan the game and then they look at the opponents in the course of the game, they can also change. And those days, they even have some time that they say, this 15 minutes, we have to score and come and relax. This 30 minutes, they plan it. And those things work. So it looks
even a PR team, man.
If you look at it comes with when you have a good transition where the players know themselves for a long time.
Yes.
They played from the youth level to the top level and they understand what they are doing. You can see that sometimes they themselves, you see somebody here, that's one thing that Real Madrid does. And people will not understand. You will see the players moving to different because they know where to go here. This one will come here. If I go here, this when there's that, and like I keep saying,
that chemistry,
we've gotten it. We are hoping, like Danny said, we are hoping they continue on the next game, and everything should be equal. This one in our school, all things being equal. That all things being equal should work with us.
Integrity paribus, or what is it called?
Ceteris
paribus. All things being equal.
I remember when I spoke to Steve Appiah, he said he didn't need to look at where Laie King
exactly.
or Stephen Appiah or Sule Mutari was before giving the pass.
You've forgotten Asian said the same thing about the free kick.
Yes, and Asamoah was benefiting. He will tell you. He says when they pick the ball, the Sule will intentionally call. Maybe he will look at somebody that maybe he's calling. Let's say he's calling Kum. He's passing Asamoah.
Right.
Because they
when he's called, the moment Sule was calling the ball from maybe Asian, he has called Asamoah that be ready for the space. Look at the space. Passes Kujua Samoa, Sule and Laie were given to Asamoah. So when they understand that and it's working, let's pray. Like we are saying the same thing, man. All things go on.
All right.
And then later when you want me to, but remember we'll talk about boxing before I leave. I will come here.
We still have 30 minutes, so don't worry. I've got lots of messages here. I want to read some of them, okay, before we move on. This one says. All right, wow, quite a lot. Let me go all the way to the bottom. Okay. Somebody says Schindler. Sam from Ashaman says Kingsley Schindler was our weak link in the first game, but he was bowling and giving Sulia and things against Madagascar. But something worth noting is that Otto's outfit during the Chad game, and when he went to see the chief, please, has Otto been paid? You are asking about his salary. Okay, so I will give you that information.
I know.
Whether he's been paid or not, but I know that they owed him money.
Yeah. But I'll cross check.
They have to pay.
I'll cross check.
But also one of the reasons Schindler was so good against Madagascar is because of the 3-back system. Because he's not a 4-back. He's a wing back. Yeah. He played much better as a wing back. The same for Gideon Mensah.
Even let's be honest. Even the first game that he was being criticized at the crosses he gave.
Right.
When was the last time we got a full back giving us good crosses?
Sometimes the system exposes players. Sometimes it protects them.
Exactly.
So for me, I think he thrives in the 3-back system. A player like Barbara Mount thrives in that kind of system.
Yeah.
If you play him as a 4-back in a 4-back system, he tends to struggle.
Yeah.
Because he likes to bomb forward a lot, and that's why coaches appreciate Jordan, because when you go forward, coming back can be very demoralizing. Running back without the ball is hard. You understand? More messages there. WhatsApp number is 055 11 11997. Pasi in Aprede says, Wafafento, good afternoon to you and the team. The Ayew has been dealt a blow, and we, the supporters, should watch the space. How can you pitch the brothers over the captaincy? I don't know who has done that, though. Let's take note. The Minister of Sports is not the PRO of the GFA. He should stop this defending of the budget and stuff. I believe he's being compromised. As for we not being able to go to AFCON there, we couldn't break the 8. All right. Interesting thoughts there. Honorable Kofi Adams, the AFCON budget, the qualifiers budget issue to Samata. Aziz Idigoro in Tema Community 1 side 10 says, if the appointment of Mr. Yambo improve the standard of our various nation stadia, then I think we should hand them over to a private sector company, since in my opinion he's the best man and the best fit for that position as the NSA boss. I don't know if you agree with this one. You have stated your opinion. You're asking me to agree with you. It's like you don't know if I will agree. Me too, I don't. He just came. Well, Yao just came. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt. We'll see.
He has two
But-
deputies.
Exactly.
The minister doesn't have a deputy.
Oh, you mean NSA?
Yes.
Yeah, NSA should, you see, but we all know that NSA was being underutilized. So if this is what it will take, so we will give them the benefit of the doubt. For me, I always say we'll give them the benefit of the doubt. One deputy is Veronica Comey, right?
Yes.
She's not been on the show before, has she? But she's been on. Yeah, so congratulations to her as well. Her appointment came last week. Was it this week?
Last week.
Last week?
Yeah.
Okay, so the weekend?
Yeah, it was the weekend.
Okay, so congratulations to her. So,
It's a young team.
listen.
Gideon is there. To
Yes.
we are expecting that to deliver.
The point I want to make, journalists, you talk anyhow.
Now we are giving appointments.
Now you have the position, NSA, deliver and let's see. We will see. You, the journalist, you talk everything, you criticize. Now they've given NSA to you to manage the facilities. We will see, we shall see.
I said something.
But we
Journalists-
wish them all.
I said journalists. We talk.
Yes.
Now, president.
Yes.
Journalists as general secretary. Journalists as executive committee members.
Journalists as NSA boss. Journalists as NSA
No,
deputy.
but I actually lifted it to the FA, and we failed to qualify for AFCON. Imagine
I'm
someone
talking about even the people running the sports now.
Yes.
In general. So from the FA to NSC.
to the SA. It's journalists.
So if the sports doesn't work, if our stadium infrastructure,
So we blame you, journalists.
we will say it's because now we will lose the locals to criticize.
Who said that if you are a good critic, it means you can do the job?
Exactly.
You are right.
Being a critic doesn't mean you can
like
lead
Stephen,
that one.
like Stephen A. Smith. It doesn't make him a good basketball player.
need to know how to
so
do it.
you can't
Danny,
always
thank you for that.
criticize. No,
No, it's true.
Thank you. I disagree. You
they are
can't always
professional
criticize without having the knowledge to be able to provide solution to the challenges you're
True.
criticizing.
True.
So if you can criticize, at least offer some
But
solution.
this is sports, right? You can criticize Andre, but can you play like
Can you
Andre?
play like?
So it's different.
That's why I've always held the opinion when it comes to criticizing footballers and coaches.
We should calm down.
Calm down. Because
Slow down.
I remember sometimes
Exactly.
Even tone nine.
I was like,
Exactly.
journalists, we can't even arrange cones.
And the fact that
And we can't
when they
arrange
are
cones.
being
And the coaches
and-
Speak for yourself.
when
On
they
the
are being
coach matter.
paid,
My money
we talk about.
I will criticize.
But
you don't need to know how to play football to understand how it should be played. So I can criticize. That's the point.
KK
Allow the
Sapon.
people to criticize.
Yes, KK Sapon famously said to
Mun-
a coach.
Now
Now
you
you people they go
Also,
hospital.
who
sef.
buy? Yes, you share.
People they go hospital safe. If the doctor they talk, they say share. You don't know what they talk. Then you footballer, lawyers sef, they criticize them. Footballer they criticize. Journalists sef, we go feed the radio. They talk say people what you are saying in the studio sef, it's not correct.
It
Everybody
makes no
has a
sense.
right to criticize. Nobody has
People
opinion.
call us all kinds of. You write something, or you say
I hold my
something.
opinion. Yes, I
You
hold
write
my
something
opinion.
or
Yes.
you say something, and you come and say, "When you know a journalist,
Journalist.
and this one too is a journalist."
but friends, on a more serious note, it is not easy being on the fringes talking and being in
I
charge.
agree.
In charge.
I agree. I
So
agree.
that is a big difference.
Yeah, there is.
There's
There
a
is.
huge difference.
Yes,
Being the leader,
yes.
being moving everybody around to be in the same vision,
You're right,
to work
you're right.
together to achieve an objective is
there's
never
something-
easy.
And there's also something called the pressure of the people.
That's why I was going to add that. And now you are in the eyes of the public. That is why people sometimes some people like that are being paid high and people insult them. It's wrong. They need to be paid.
Yeah.
Because the stress they go through, sometimes they may not even be able to sleep well.
Okay.
You understand me? So let's well, like you said, I also wish Yao and Gideon and very well. I wish them very well. I told them, somebody like me, I'm ready to help whatever they need my help, because you see, these pitches, our stadia. Do you guys remember there was a time the NSC boss was asked that thing we used to cover the pitch? He said we bought it or something.
Yeah, pitch cover.
That cover. I believe will make sure we have it.
Yeah.
Because you see, sometimes there will be political pressure for you to accept that something should be held at the stadium. But if you have that, and the condition is that, okay, if you want to go and do it, that thing must
they must acquire it. The previous NSA boss lied about
it. And the washrooms.
They didn't acquire it.
The washrooms.
He said he had.
The washrooms. I say when I did the homework up, I thanks to one company called Yopo Cleaning Detergent. They gave me something. And at Tego's place, sometimes you can't even enter there.
Yeah, it's a problem. And let me read more messages. Nana from Peaceland says, hello, please let Fiifi Tackie know that Andre Ayew spoiled his image with the last World Cup appearance. I don't know exactly how he did that. He says, so there's nothing wrong with him being rejected. Same was done to all who have ever played for the Black Stars. Remember his father in Kwesi Appiah as well? Interesting. Nanaya, thanks for your message nonetheless. And then this one says, you see, this is what we were talking about. Ed in Accra. Ed says that, okay, we don't have to discuss every sensational news just for the sake of listenership. Focus on the positives of this news blast and remarkable leadership of Jordan Ayew. That is the point Daniel just made. Everybody has opinions over our job. He says that what we are discussing, we are inflaming passions and pitching that are used against the new Black Stars. How exactly did we do that, Ed? Did you listen to what we were talking about? We were condemning the
we actually described the statement.
Ed, no, but Ed says that we should not even have brought it at all. Ed, thank you very much, but you can't tell us what to do.
But you want to tell the Black Stars what they should do.
They also tell us to keep. They tell us to also shut up.
When you tell them to shut up, you say that it's not my money that is paying you.
Exactly.
You know how Ed's money is paying you.
He's part of the numbers.
Everybody should say
no. Ed is part of the numbers.
Don't tell me about audience
bring money. So Ed has an opinion.
No, Ed doesn't have an opinion on our content. You and I have meetings and decide what to discuss. Ed doesn't contribute to that. So what are you saying? So that's why I said thank him for his opinion.
Yes,
but
he cannot tell us what to do.
Yes, exactly. Simple. Because he's not in the meetings. Simple. When we discuss,
the same way we are not in Otto Addo's tactical.
So that's why I said. So that's why Otto will also say, Danike, thank you for your opinion, but I'll do what I'll do.
Exactly.
So in fact, Fiifi Tackie, thank you for your opinion. Otto say he will not choose.
That's how the way. That's how the job is.
Exactly.
I work with.
That's how the job is. Otto, if you listen to us, you listen to all the play. We'll give all the data. He will say, thank you for your opinion. But I have the post. I will write the names I want. So Ed, to thank we appreciate your opinion. But Ed does not decide or contribute to what we discuss. It's just a fact I'm stating. Because when we go and sit down there to discuss what we have to talk about on the show, Ed is not there. The same way. So we will listen. And we'll take it into consideration next time. That's all.
There's no guarantee you will even mind you.
Yes. Because Otto, if Otto was minding us, we would have qualified for the AFCON.
Are you sure?
Charlie, we said a lot of things. We said that some of the decisions he was making,
some way.
But he still went ahead. And now look at where that landed us.
Guys, to talk about the leadership issue,
Which one? I've already dealt with it now.
Which one?
The Black Stars one.
Oh,
I want to say something before we move on.
Let me read more messages, please. I'll come
back
to you.
Let me give you something small. I want you to note it down.
No.
You know why? The back and forth about this leadership thing should end.
It has to end. I agree.
Yeah, so that's why I'm coming from.
Ed's point.
It must end.
Yes.
And we can only end it by agreeing. The FA can agree on a structure do consultations, agree on a structure that this is the guidelines for our captaincy issues from this day. When you are a coach and you come, no matter how you want to go, you must fall in line. We shouldn't say too much that it is only him, so that there will be that guide at least, because the coach doesn't work alone.
Yeah. All right. A fair point. So establish a structure, lay down structure. Courage in Kofodia says, what impressed me most is the fact that we didn't go to sleep after scoring 1 or 2 goals like we've done in the past few years. Yeah. This time we kept pressing on and fighting for more goals, and we indeed got more goals. Overall, the energy around the team continue. Yes, thank you very much for that message. I agree with you 100%. This message says, hey, Ghana journalist, is it Godwin Laddie says Ghana just said that the quality we have in this Black Stars team is just Chad and Madagascar for all the praises. This is Godwin North Kaneshi. Godwin, Chad and Madagascar, no, we also had Niger and we didn't beat them. So and Sudan. So sometimes, we have to celebrate the small wins. Besides, it's 6 points. They contribute to the World Cup journey. If you don't get those 6 points, you are not going to be where you are. Nito Joe in Tema says Ghana sports will surely improve. Big shouts to the yellow jersey. Yes, 100%. This one says Jordan as Black Stars is playing like Dembele. Jordan as the Black Stars is playing like Dembele at PSG. Interesting comment there. That message came from. Okay, next time David. Sorry, so David sent that particular message. And this one says, this is Francis in Medina. He says, who contributed to the victory, the technical team, the management, the fans who even risked their lives to occupy the closed stands, etc. But the impact of the president's visit cannot be dismissed entirely. In other places, the president would present the national flag to the team and ask them to go and defend it. That happens during tournaments. Even Nanado did that ahead of both AFCONs. They still didn't defend it. So that one, it happens a lot. More messages here. This one said, guys, is the big 54 Emmanuel Ama, okay, alias Shamu of SIC head office. May grace abound him. That's from Johnson up here. So you're saying that we should give him big birthday shouts. Emmanuel Ama, happy birthday to you. Happy 50th birthday to you. Okay. All right, cool. Let me see. I've got plenty of messages. Yeah, this one says, hey, thank you. Okay, I think I was referring to my response to Ed, right? So many messages. Big shouts to Mufta, your microphone is off. Big shouts to Joseph Apiej interrupting me when I'm talking. So Joseph Apiej, EcoBank Bank Manager Hachu, sent me a very interesting message. He says that the players don't need extra motivation to go to the World Cup. They know it's a life-changing experience. They don't have the same motivation to qualify for the AFCON because a lot of them have no proper connection to the continent or the tournament. And he says nothing has changed. It's just the fact that one is the World Cup, the other one is the AFCON. Switching mentality, switching approach, switching psychology. Thank you very much. And then I've got a message here from my big uncle, Baba Kasim, who makes a very interesting point here about Jordan Ayew and Andre Ayew. He says the best thing for Jordan's Black Stars career was of Andre Ayew. Now, in fact, okay, so he says that we should look at what Bafokeng did for Asamoah Gyan, and look at what Andre Ayew and Jordan's performance since Andre Ayew was dropped from the Black Stars. So a very interesting perspective. In the last year, Jordan has scored 10 goals. Last year alone, the calendar year 2024, he scored 9 goals. The most he scored in a single year. That year was without Andre Ayew. I mean, the numbers do support that suggestion that he's done better when his brother is not in the team. So, but it's another interesting perspective to look at, and it's really good that that has been introduced into the conversation. But let me tell you about our sponsors, Betway and Petrosol. Of course, without them, we cannot have this show. Betway introduce the big money wheel. More chances to win with Betway. Every single day, you have the key to unlock 5 free spins of Mega Money Wheel. Ghana City jackpot. So what are you waiting for? Log into betway.com.gh and take your spin. All thanks to Betway. Terms and conditions, of course, always apply. Betway, get way more. Petrosol are also proud sponsors of this show. If you want to fill your tank and have your dreams energized, then look no further. Drive straight to Petrosol now. We're celebrating 10 years of excellence. We're the National Best Quality Awards winner, and we're rewarding you with the Energizing Dreams promo. So 3 draws have been done already, 3 more to go. We are sharing tricycles, motorbikes, TV sets, refrigerators, even fuel coupons. But the best part is 2 brand new Suzuki Espressos are waiting for 2 lucky winners. So rush to your nearest petrol store. Fill your tank with quality fuel in full quantity and enter the draw. This is your chance to win big. The promo is ending next Monday, so do it now. Go to Petrosol, buy some fuel, and get some and get lucky. Petrosol energizing. Also, let me tell you about DSTV. This April, okay, from Tuesday we are entering April, but it promises a lot of thrills with club football, Champions League action. We're making things even sweeter just for you. Pay 1 or multiple months of your subscription before 1st April and be onboarded about the new upcoming rates. This is big savings. Stay connected. DSTV. Stay connected to catch Nottingham Forest versus Man United, the Merseyside Derby, Liverpool, Everton, and Chelsea taking on Spurs while enjoying the best blockbuster movies, series, awesome Ghanaian content, and Aquaba magic. Don't miss out on this great deal. Just dial *759# to renew or use any of our payment channels, and you're all good to go. Terms and conditions apply. DSTV, your home of entertainment. Go TV, love it. What's happening is that DSTV have brought in new rates. They're taking the first from, and they're saying that if you pay the subscription now, the new rates will not affect you. It sounds like blackmail, and I love it. And I absolutely love it. George Quay and his team at Image Bureau, they've put a play together. This March, prepare to be shaken as Image Bureau, April Communications, and Joy FM in partnership with the UN family in Ghana and led by the Joint United Nations Program on HIV and AIDS bring you the Beyond the Walls play, a gripping George Quay original directed by Na Ashoko. Come see the insides of the Nsawan Female Prison live at the National Theatre on Saturday 29th and Sunday 30th March 2025 at 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. each day. That's tomorrow and Sunday. So if you don't have tickets, get them now. They're selling at a cool 200 Ghana cedis at imagebureaugh.com, or you can dial *714*46#. Beyond the Walls is a powerful story of stigma, redemption, and second chances. It will move you, challenge you, and change the way you see the world. Do not miss it. For enquiries, please call 055-1313134. Proudly supported by Need Plants Car Rentals, Ghana Tourism Authority, the Ghana Publishing Company, Aquaba Mineral Water, and it's brought to you by Stanbic Bank, Joy FM, and the UN family as well. Let me also tell you about this one. Are you ready to dream, dare, and deliver in the world of IT? Look no further than Jackson Institute of Technology, the only NIIT authorized training center in Ghana. At JIT, we provide world-class IT training for individuals and corporate organizations, equipping you with the industry-relevant skills in software development, cybersecurity, networking, cloud computing, artificial intelligence, digital marketing, and more. We offer globally recognized certifications, practical job-ready training, and flexible hybrid learning options, which allow you to study online and on-site. Our expert instructors ensure hands-on learning experiences that also prepare you for success in this digital world. Conveniently located on the Ring Road near Circle in the heart of Accra's business district. At Kumasi, Jackson Educational Complex headquarters is at UDS Niake USD. JIT is providing easy access for students and corporate clients. Our state-of-the-art auditorium is also available for corporate events, seminars, and training sessions. Call or WhatsApp us now on 059 699 6037. IT.edu.gh. JIT, your gateway to a thriving IT career, of course. Listen, what I want to do is open the phone lines and take a few comments. The FA Cup fixtures as well. Very interesting fixtures. Nima, don't worry, I'll come to you to talk about boxing, so we'll give you the time. Don't worry. So I've not forgotten. I've not forgotten. But I want to mention the FA Cup fixtures. I like what the FA Cup committee is doing, which is in Kumasi. Saturdays is Hatram Divisa against PAC Academy at 3 p.m. And then at 7 p.m. Is Brecum Chelsea versus Bechem United. Then on Sunday, they have Karela United versus Golden Kicks at 3 p.m. And then through democracy. So you go pay for one, and then you can watch so many different games. Okay, so many different games. This message says, Elephant, you guys haven't said anything about Enyosnama and his superb contributions against Chad. Stanley Inachimota. Yeah, he was brilliant. I think Daniel mentioned it in the double 10 that he played with Kudus on that day. He was fantastic. Can we take phone calls? No? Okay. Yeah, we can take phone calls. The number is 055-11-11997 and also 03022-16541. Let's see if the phone lines are working and if we can pick phone calls. Okay. Let me tell you more about the Volta Hotel as well in Dodi World, Akosombo. Are the phone lines working? Okay, fantastic. All right, we have a caller already. 05. Oh, sorry. I was mentioning the wrong number. 030-221-6541. 030-221-6541 and then 055-1111-997. We have a caller. Your name and where you're calling from? Sorry?
Joseph.
All right, go ahead.
I think a lot has been discussed about the Black Stars. I was hoping that we put out this splendid performance so that we qualify for the Africa Cup and take it. But now we are heading towards the World Cup. We should let them know that the journey has just begun, because qualifying alone is a huge task. And moving from one stage to the other, it's not easy in the world space. So I think we should still work hard, and they should take out complacency and let us make it a point.
We shouldn't be condemning him here and there, because he has really done a lot for the team. And then Black Star is so.
Yes, I agree with you, Kojo. Here's my question to you: the Otto Addo comment. Did you find it disrespectful?
Yeah, very disrespectful.
How so? He says that at the moment he sees others ahead of Andre.
See, who are those who is ahead of the day?
The ones that got called up.
Can you mention ahead of the day?
That question will have to go to Otto Addo. He said it, not me.
So you see, if you won't show gratitude is everything. You understand me? At least if you won't maybe praise him up, or now maybe his form has dipped, but class is permanent. You understand me? Form is temporal. So you cannot use some words or maybe some utterances which are not, let me use palatable. You understand me? Because as a coach, periodically, a tutelage in some of, you see, like you say you were trained under those coaches. You understand me? So you should be very mindful about the words that you say in public.
All right, fair enough. Your point is very well made. Thank you, Kojo in Botiano, joining us there. He says that he finds Otto Addo's words very disrespectful. 030221. Okay, we should end the calls. All right, cool. We'll end the calls right now. My producer says I should stop the phone calls and come and wrap up. Let me tell you about every year, thousands of Ghana's brightest minds seek better prospects abroad, leaving a gap in our workforce. How can Ghana inspire its talent to stay? Well, join David Ofosu-Dorte, Prof. Mary Citrana, and Her Excellency Dr. Amina Gurib Hakim, the former president of Mauritius, at the 12th edition of the Ishmael Yamsing and Associates Business Roundtable to discuss managing the talent exodus, leveraging private-public partnerships for growth at the Labadi Beach Hotel at 9 a.m. on the 7th of May 2025. You can register to attend by texting your name and organization to 0530 117202 or email them info@ieyamsing.com. All right. And then tomorrow we are walking at the Accra High Street store. We'll all converge at the Transport Ontario 6 a.m. and we'll be conveyed to the Osu Christian Borg Castle. Then we'll walk, we'll begin the tour with the melodious brass band music and walk through the National Park, National Park, the Black Star Square, Kwame Nkrumah Museum, Asha Ford, then Bukom Square, James Ford, Lighthouse, and end up at the Bukom Boxing Arena with a special Ga Kinky party to bask in rich cultural delicacy of the Ga people. This is from Joy FM. So let's do it tomorrow. Transport Emporium. That's how we're all beginning that journey. We're gonna walk around. Enimado Samuel. We are grateful you could join us. Quick thoughts. You have 60 seconds on the boxing thing you want to talk about.
Okay, my boxer John Lai from the Bronze Boxing Gym will be going to fight again in the United States and won unanimously, which is the first time any Ghanaian has gone out to win. All our boxers go and featherweight, and he's getting to go again, and we are hoping that he's going to, this time he's going early. We met the sports minister. If you guys saw the pictures, we met the sports minister. He's assured us that they are going to support us, and thankfully the new MP for Odududu, who has been a supporter of boxing, has promised to support us. Also, Honorable Ashikote will be supporting us. Very soon he will be launching some kind of a package to the constituency, which our boxer will benefit. Okay. And then football will also benefit.
When is the fight?
It's scheduled to be by the end of April.
Okay.
The promoter is finally is going to give us the final details very soon. Okay. And the fight will be announced, and you know how it is done. When they secure the opponent and all those stuff, they announce it.
Of course.
And then so John will be going again to the United States. This time he will go early.
And then prepare
so that you acclimatize well, you understand the system. Because it was his first time sitting even in the plane. He has not even been in the plane from
anyway, we have to find time and come back. Let's talk about John Lai. But thanks so much for coming today. We appreciate your time. You brought a very nice perspective on the issues. Danny, thank you very much. Achu Tamaklo and Situ of Philip Ashim. I said Achu Tamaklo and Philip Situ Afrim. We're not here because they are not well, so I wish them all.
I remember we'll talk about the benefits of the management committee to the national team.
Recovery to those two. Yeah, but Muftau, thank you as well. Up next, of course, the BBC World Service. This has been another episode of Game Plan on 99.7 Joy FM, his 103.9 FM. My name is Fentio, Tahiru Fentio. Until next Friday, I wish you all a very happy Eid al-Fitr celebration. Do take care of yourself and bye.